The most dangerous places in the world are not always the places where monsters exist or where horror movies are filmed. Sometimes the real fear exists in places that are completely real, places that exist on maps, places where people have actually gone, and some never came back. Maybe that is why humans never stop exploring. We always feel that the next mountain, the next ocean, or the next tunnel will show us a secret that the rest of the world has never seen. But the problem is that not every part of Earth was made for humans. There are places where nature seems to send a direct message saying, "You do not belong here." Yet because of curiosity, ego, and the desire for adventure, people still go there. And today, we are going to visit some of those places where simply surviving feels like a miracle. When people hear the name Paris, they usually think of the Eiffel Tower, romantic streets, and beautiful cafes. But very few people know that beneath this glamorous city exists a completely different world. Dark, silent, and filled with death. This place is called the Catacombs of Paris. During the 1700s, the population of Paris was growing so quickly that cemeteries started overflowing. There were simply too many dead bodies, and the smell and bacteria began spreading diseases throughout the city. The government eventually ran out of options and made a very unusual decision. Human remains were moved into old tunnels and underground mines beneath the city. This process continued for years, and today it is believed that the bones of nearly 6 million people are stored beneath Paris. And these bones were not simply dumped there. In many places, human skulls and bones were carefully arranged into walls and patterns. Imagine walking through a narrow underground tunnel. Above you, the city is living a completely normal life. People are drinking coffee, taking selfies, and going about their day. But below them, millions of human remains are stacked in complete silence. The most disturbing part is that these tunnels are so confusing that some people have entered them and literally become lost forever. In one case, a person's body was discovered months later. Complete darkness surrounds you, oxygen levels can be low in certain areas, and a single wrong turn can push someone into panic. But if you think underground tunnels are frightening, wait until you see what exists deep beneath the ocean. Deep inside the Pacific Ocean lies a place where sunlight never reaches. A place with so much darkness and so much pressure that the human mind can barely understand it. This place is called the Mariana Trench. It is the deepest known location on Earth. It is so deep that if Mount Everest were placed upside down inside it, there would still be water above the mountain. But the real horror is not the depth. It is the pressure. The pressure in the deep ocean is so extreme that a normal human body would be crushed instantly. That is why scientists use specially designed submarines just to survive in those conditions. And here is the crazy part. Humans have studied the surface of the moon more than they have studied the deepest parts of their own oceans. That means a huge portion of our own planet is still almost completely unknown. Scientists have discovered creatures in the deep sea that look like alien life forms, and some species are able to survive in complete darkness. But not every dangerous place is terrifying because of nature. Some of them were created by humans themselves. And one of the most famous examples is Chernobyl. In 1986, a nuclear reactor test in the Soviet Union went terribly wrong. Just a few seconds of mistakes led to one of the worst nuclear disasters in human history. After the explosion, radiation spread into the air. The problem was that radiation could not be seen. It had no smell, no color, and no warning signs. People continued living their normal lives without realizing that an invisible danger was already affecting their bodies. In some areas of Chernobyl, radiation levels became so high that even spending a few minutes there could be dangerous. Even today, parts of the reactor remain among the most hazardous places on Earth. But when people watch footage of the abandoned city, the fear often comes from something else. Empty schools, broken amusement parks, dusty apartments, and silent streets make it feel as if time suddenly stopped. Nature is slowly taking everything back. Trees are growing inside buildings, roads are disappearing, and entire neighborhoods are being swallowed by the environment. It is a disturbing reminder that no matter how advanced human technology becomes, a single mistake can leave consequences that last for generations. Now let's move to a place that is dangerous for a completely different reason. Deep in the Indian Ocean lies a small island known as North Sentinel Island. From a distance, it looks like a tropical paradise. Green forests, beautiful beaches, and clear blue water make it seem peaceful and welcoming. But in reality, it is one of the most restricted places in the world. The island is home to the Sentinelese people, a tribe that has remained isolated from modern civilization for thousands of years. They have no internet, no electricity, no social media, and no connection to the modern world. What makes this place even more unusual is that the tribe strongly rejects outside contact. Over the years, several attempts have been made to approach the island, but many were met with hostility. Arrows have been fired at helicopters, boats have been attacked, and because of these risks, the Indian government has created a protected exclusion zone around the island. What makes North Sentinel Island so fascinating is not just the danger. It is the realization that in a world filled with artificial intelligence, smartphones, and advanced technology, there are still communities living in a completely different reality. While the modern world continues moving forward at incredible speed, the Sentinelese have remained almost untouched by it. And that contrast is what captures people's imagination. It reminds us that humanity does not always follow the same path. But the next place makes many of the others seem almost normal. Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth. Every year, thousands of people dream of reaching its summit because humans are naturally drawn to challenges that seem impossible. Standing at the top of the world is an achievement many climbers spend years preparing for. But Everest has a darker side. Near the summit is an area known as the death zone. The name is not dramatic. It is completely literal. At that altitude, oxygen levels become so low that the human body slowly begins to shut down. The brain struggles to function properly, decision-making becomes weaker, and some climbers even experience hallucinations. Every step feels exhausting, and the mountain constantly pushes the body beyond its limits. One of the most disturbing facts about Everest is that many climbers who died there still remain on the mountain today. Recovering bodies from such extreme heights is incredibly dangerous, and in some cases almost impossible. Some of these bodies have remained frozen for years and have even become landmarks that other climbers pass on their way to the summit. Imagine standing near the highest point on Earth while powerful winds hit your face, oxygen is running low, and frozen reminders of past tragedies lie along the path ahead. In that moment, it becomes clear that the mountain does not care who you are, how wealthy you are, or how experienced you are. Nature always has the final word. And maybe that is exactly why these places fascinate us so much. They remind us of an uncomfortable truth. Humans are powerful, but we are not invincible. We can build cities, create advanced technology, and explore places that once seemed impossible to reach. But there are still parts of our planet where nature remains in control. There are places that demand respect rather than conquest. If you enjoy documentary-style videos where reality feels more intense than fiction, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because even today, There are countless places around the world whose secrets we still do not fully understand.